It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Packers and the Broncos on Sunday night primetime.
We're a couple of miles from the Colorado State Capitol building. It's in Power Field at Mile High here in Denver. We thank you for joining us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. It is week 2 of the preseason. Greg, as the coaches get ready for this one, you never know a preseason game was what we were preparing for. There was a focus and intensity after getting on the field for the first time as a unit in week 1.
You're exactly right, Mike. We had an opportunity to meet with these coaches, and from the way they talked, you would have thought this was week 10 of the regular season, and I think really what it boils down to, this is another great opportunity to have your players play in live, full contact, full competitive against...
One in the books. Who's going to stand out here? Very important week for some. Week 2 of the preseason, and we're off on EA Sports. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Broncos led by the rookie, quarterback Bo Nix out of Oregon. The rookie, the last of the quarterbacks taken in the first round, number 12 overall. He's been around, he's 24 years old, but the rookie runs it for the Broncos.
Make no mistake about it, Mike, even though these games might not mean a lot in the grand scheme of things, they certainly matter when it comes to the evaluation of these rosters. You just can't replicate these situations of live reps in practice. So what do coaches do? They give guys a little bit of taste in the preseason games. Can you separate yourself from the rest of the pack? I'm excited to see who steps up, who makes a case to snatch one of these roster spots over these next couple hours. I think you just rush that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
The Broncos bringing out their punter. Out to return this for the Packers, it's Keyshawn Nixon. Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Here comes the pack, and here comes Jordan Love. 5th season as quarterback, but Greg just his 2nd as a starter, waited his turn, and had a really good first year as a starter.
Mike, it's great to see Jordan Love back behind center for the Green Bay Packers. Remember, week 1 down in Brazil, late in that game, he suffered that knee injury. He seems back. He seems healthy. Green Bay knows if they want to have postseason aspirations and repeat last year's success, they need Jordan Love behind center playing at a high level.
We'll go play action with Love. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
The Broncos offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. He makes one man miss, but stopped quickly as they hold him to a gain of 1. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go play action with Nix. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
The Packers offense ready to take over for their second possession. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. On the ground, this is the 2022 rushing champ, Josh Jacobs. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
2nd and 7. On play action, Love. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. On the ground, it's Jacobs. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. This one complete. Right side, it's Watson. They need the 24-yard line as they come up for 3rd down. From the gun, it's Love. He gets that complete as he hits Reed. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Love to throw it on 1st down. That complete to Jacobs. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Back to throw is Love. And he'll take it on in. Tucker Kraft. Touchdown, Packers.
Well, you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Brandon McManus now to add the extra point. It's up and through. And the Packers will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. He'll get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Play action now. It's Nix. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball, He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
They need 8 as they come up for third down. From the shotgun, here's Nix. He's got his man. He finds Sutton. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. That's going to be caught. It's Marvin Mims. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
So many of these young rookie quarterbacks, they come into difficult situations. We see it year in and year out. They don't have a lot of veteran pieces around them. Maybe their weapons aren't great, but I don't think that's the case for Bo Nix.
There's a short one taken by Ingram. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. Got a man over the middle. There's Sutton. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
On 2nd down, it's Nix. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced. And at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
The dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Packers offense getting set to get back to work. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. This one on target, it's Dobbs. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. Throwing is Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. And he will have a Packers first down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's shedding tacklers left and right, winding his way for a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Here's Love to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
He'll go right and find his running back. To throw is Love. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. That'll hold them to a gain of 2. What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. Here's Love. That's caught. And he will go all the way. Christian Watson. Touchdown, Green Bay. They find the end zone through the air. Greg, that is one of the most popular plays because it works so often.
You're right, Mike. We see it all the time. It's a 4 vertical concept. But the key is you've got to stretch the defense and put pressure on the secondary. That's exactly what they were able to do here. They take advantage, and they go deep for 6.
Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Packers extend their advantage to 14-3. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He'll start at the 4. And he'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Broncos offense starting to trot out for this next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. A run here. It's McLaughlin. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
He'll push forward for about a yard. Isaiah Simmons comes up to end that one. Here now, 3rd and 5. To throw is Nix. To the right side, he's got Ingram, the tight end. And he's gonna get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. He dropped for the loss of a yard. Now, a 2nd down throw for Nix. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Here's Nix to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's the punter now, as he's on to punt for Denver. A fair catch signaled and taken at about the 18-yard line. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. Well, that looked like a pretty clear hold. The gain was 5, but let's check the call. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. To throw is Love. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Love to throw. That's caught downfield. Dobbs. And he'll be brought down, but not before they move it up past the 30-yard line.
First rule of backed up offense, get the first down. The last thing you want to do, punt the ball back and give your opponent a short field. Mission accomplished. Now, can they maintain possession long enough to see if they can cap this drive off with some points?
They'll run out of the gun with Jacobs. Fighting off defenders here, he'll churn forward and pick up 3. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll go play action with Love. That's to Reed. He's got it. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Love. To the left side in the hands of Watson. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
Right back to Watson. Another grab. And he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the first quarter. Here's 2nd and 2. Back to throw is Love. This one is caught by Reed. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd down. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down. From the gun, it's Love. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
McManus's kick is good. And the Packers going to open up a 17-3 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to take over once again. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. He connects with Mims. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Slot man in motion right. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And it's a short pickup to about the 42. Powerful Rashawn Gary there in run support. Second down. Nix. That's complete. It's McLaughlin. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards. Here's a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And that is incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
The Packers offense headed back to take over once more. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he will wiggle his way forward for a gain of a couple. 2nd down and 8. Now Love. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. Jaden Reed was the intended target. And now it's going to be 3rd down. Here's Love. Throw to the sideline. Well done. Good job with the feet. Stays in bounds. It looks like, and yes, they do, have the 1st down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Off the play fake. Here's Love. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Here's Love to throw. The open man is Reed. He's got it. 11 yards for number 11. And a 1st down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now Love. That's caught. It's Marshawn Lloyd. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Love going to get to the ground, avoid the contact, and pick up a 1st down. It's a gain of 10, and they'll get a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10. On play action, Love. Throwing right, it's taken in. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
A pass taken in by Watson. And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back.
And he's in. Tucker Kraft. Touchdown, Packers. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Packers extend to a 24-3 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. Going right sideline and complete. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A big-time play for the Broncos. 33 yards.
All right, listen, Mike, there's just certain guys in this league that just have better arm talent than others, and this is a perfect example why. Not every quarterback in the NFL can make this throw, and man, that was impressive.
He's got it to tight end, Adam Troutman. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They'll run. This is McLaughlin. Good running inside the 25. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 9-yard line. Give him 27, and it's 1st and goal. A tight end in motion now. A run on 1st and goal. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up 2nd and goal. On the bootleg, it's Nix. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Big play coming up. 3rd and goal. Back to throw is Nix. They'll try to set up the screen here. And the defense rallies to the ball. Brings them down at the 5. It's 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Jordan Love and the rest of the Packer offense ready for their next possession. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. He'll get this out to the left flat. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. To throw is Love. The right side, catch made by Dobbs. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Throwing is Love. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now Jacobs. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
They'll go play action with Love. That is incomplete, but there is a flag down. Big call here. It was 3rd down. Here's Daniel Whelan now. He'll punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. Can he get away? No, he's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. He'll gain 3 out of this, up to the 23. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. He finds Mims. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
A first down throw for Nix. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. To throw is Nix. Oh! And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Nix. I fumbled the football. And this is taken in by the defense. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big play, forcing the fumble as they get their offense right back on the field. Coming up, Greg, with a big turnover.
Taking the ball away, Mike, has really become an art form in the NFL. Some teams are good at it, some teams not so much. But in this case, great job by the defense taking that one away.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Play action now. It's Nix. And that one is intercepted. Jair Alexander picks it off. And he's going to go out of bounds, but a very nice return up past the 35-yard line.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
The Packers offense back onto the field for their next possession. They've opened up a big lead already, trying to put this one to bed maybe before halftime. Another drive starts here with 1st and 10. Over the middle, he fits it into Dobbs. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. A 2nd down throw for Love. There's that man again, another catch.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
The Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, and they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. On first down, it's Love. And that's going to be incomplete, but a flag down in the backfield. That's the area we usually see holding. Aaron Banks played his college ball at Notre Dame. Guilty there. From the gun, it's Love.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
And that'll be batted down and incomplete.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The home team's offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. So we are at halftime in this preseason matchup as we send you to Orlando. Going to check in with the coach, Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Back to you and Greg in just a moment. Want to remind everyone, this is week 2 of the preseason. These two teams will have one more tune-up after this next week, before the regular season gets started on the Thursday following Labor Day.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Hardman now to return it. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get back to work. As we look back at some of the highlights in this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
And this will be a short pickup to about the 30. Alex Singleton there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Lloyd. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. 3rd and 9. Clifford looking to throw. That's caught. It's Brooks out of the backfield. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down. On comes the Packers punting team. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The home team's offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. And this ball's going to be incomplete. Troy Franklin, the intended target. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. Now they'll set up to throw. That's caught. It's the rookie 4th-rounder, Troy Franklin. 20 yards on that pass play. Good for a Denver 1st down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, The receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Rashawn Gary, former Michigan Wolverine, in there to take him down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
He'll drop to throw. This one complete to Bryant. That will make third down a little more manageable. Good yardage gained on that one. Back to throw. Forget about it. They're going to lose more yardage there. Good job by the defense, and it's fourth down.
It almost seemed like the defender was getting the play call sent into his helmet, just like the quarterback, because he knew the play before they even snapped the ball, and that play had no shot.
And some nifty running on the return. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down. The visitors' offense about ready to take over once more. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the third quarter. They might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. And let's give them about 4 on that one. Alex Singleton, they're on the tackle. Another run here with Lloyd. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Alex Singleton, they're on the tackle. 3rd and 5. Throwing, Clifford. Going for it all. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Packers set to kick this one away, as he'll come on to kick for the 5th time here tonight. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Broncos offense ready to see what they can do. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here's a handoff out of the gun. He'll manage to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. Powerful Rashawn Gary there in run support. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. And the drive will stay alive. He's got the 1st down up to the 44.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
They'll send a tight end in motion. And he'll be brought down at the 45. Isaiah Simmons comes up to end that one. Now this time they'll look to throw. That one complete to A.T. Perry. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it, because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
A handoff here, up the middle, and nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3? And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Packers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in bounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds. The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline, and that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. On the handoff, it's Lloyd. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
2nd and a yard. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. He's going to run it. And he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a 1st down. On 1st down, it's Lloyd. Not much happening there, just a short gain. A toss, and here's Brooks. And nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker, and it sets up 4th down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. His drive will start on the ground, and that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. They'll stick with him again, and he'll work his way for about 4 yards, and that's good enough for a 1st down. He's going to take a shot down the field. That is knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage there defensively, all over him, and it'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And he's going to be very close to a 1st down. That's a good run there. Maybe just a couple of feet short. 3rd and a yard. He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. A big-time play for the Broncos. It's a gain of 34.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 17-yard line. Oh, now flags come in. Looks like movement up front. And 3rd down just became a lot tougher. So a much more difficult scenario now. It is 3rd and 10. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down. On now, it's Will Lutz to try the field goal. This one from 39 yards out. Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Broncos are back within 2 scores. So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. Hardman now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Throwing is Clifford. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to be brought down here on what will turn out to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. To throw, here's Clifford. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. Now Clifford. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. The run over center, and it's Lloyd. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards, and that leads to third down. To throw is Clifford. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to get back at it. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. They'll begin here on the ground. He's going to force his way for a yard or 2, but looks like this one's going to be coming back. Quick throw here is complete. Good result there after the penalty. They get the yardage back and then some. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Now he'll run.
Well, Mike, this is not somebody that you're usually afraid of beating you with his legs, but every now and then he can do just enough to extend the play. That's exactly what he did here. Picks up enough yardage, converts the first down.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to set up the screen here. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Got a man, that's Sherfield. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Now a give on the ground, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. From out of the gun, he'll throw. A throw over the middle, going to be caught by Franklin. Here now, 3rd and 5. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Back to the air one more time. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
He'll get this out to his running back. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
They pick up a nice chunk play there through the air on 3rd down, but it's not quite enough to move the chains. Now the question is, how aggressive is this head coach willing to be as he tries to extend this drive?
So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. On the return, it's Williams. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Packers offense ready to get back at it. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He's going to uncork one, looking for Wicks.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down. Clifford. They'll set up the screen to Wilson. And he puts his head down and he picks up the first down.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion, fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Now, faking the give. And he gets that to Hardman. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
Here's 2nd and 6. Clifford looking to throw. That's to the right side and incomplete.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the fourth quarter, and that's a gift. And that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense.
That is a gain of 22, and it sets up first down and goal.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. From the 1, 2nd and goal. Throwing, Clifford. To the goal line and in. Luke Musgrave. Touchdown, Green Bay. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
McManus on for the point after. He's got it. And the Packers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Broncos offense ready to take over once again. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's
going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. 3rd and long. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet. You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The Packers offense ready for this next possession. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. 3rd down and 9. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Here's a screen now for Lloyd. Give him a dozen yards on that one and give them 1st and goal.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
Here now, 2nd down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he may have come back a little bit, and now it is 3rd and goal.
Down here this close, all it takes is one defensive lineman defeating his block and getting some penetration, and that's exactly what we saw here. Not only to stop the ball carrier short of the...
And he will fight his way to the end zone. Sean Clifford, touchdown Packers. That his 2nd touchdown tonight. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Packers are going to extend their lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to take over possession of the football. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's got a man open. It's Sherfield. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. He'll drop to throw. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully,
and they're going to get him a second time. He goes down again.
this has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. A run, and this is Lloyd. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. 2nd and 7. They'll go here with Lloyd. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Throwing is Clifford. They'll try to set up the screen here. Good pickup of 16 on that screen play and a 1st down.
Think back to what they told us during the week, Mike. They said this primetime platform, this is a tremendous opportunity for us to show the entire league and put them on notice. And boy, after this performance, boy, have they ever.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Lloyd. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. So, it's a win here for the visiting Packers. As we move closer to the regular season, they'll wrap up the preseason with the finale next week before we get it going for real come September. So, that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Denver, good night, everybody.